What if I told you that wealthy people don't just have more money, they actually think about it in an entirely different language? This isn't about who drives the flashiest car or owns the biggest house. It's about psychology, perception, strategic behavior. The rich don't just spend money differently, they relate to it differently. But what if the biggest difference between being broke and being wealthy isn't income? It's mindset. Unless you shift your thinking, no paycheck, no matter how big, can protect you from financial stagnation. Welcome to Growth Mindset Success, where we break down the hidden thought patterns of the world's most successful minds. Today, we're diving into something school never taught you: how the rich actually use money and why it's the secret to their unstoppable momentum. Have you ever wondered why wealth seems to chase certain people, even when they start with nothing? What are they seeing that others don't? Let's decode their mindset. Money is a tool, not a trophy. Why the wealthy don't worship it. Quick question: do you see money as a measure of who you are, or a tool to create who you want to become? For most people, money is about status. It's a symbol, a scoreboard. But for the wealthy, money is just a tool like a hammer. It's not something to be admired, but something to be used with purpose. Here's a curiosity hook. What if your financial stress is coming from the way you feel about money, not the amount you have? The rich aren't emotionally attached to money. They don't chase it for applause. They don't need to prove anything. They focus on what money does, not what it represents. Why do so many ultra-wealthy people live modestly, while others max out cards to impress strangers? Because one is building leverage, the other is building an illusion. So ask yourself, what could happen if you stopped performing with your money and started building with it? They buy assets, not image. The shift from consumption to compounding. Would you rather look rich now or be rich for the rest of your life? Here's a brutal truth. Most people upgrade their lifestyle the moment they get paid, but the wealthy upgrade their cash flow. New shoes versus new shares, status symbols versus income streams. Which one will still pay you 10 years from now? This curiosity shift is key. What if every dollar you spent had the power to either grow your wealth or quietly erase it? The rich buy assets, real estate, businesses, intellectual property, stocks, things that work when they're sleeping. Meanwhile, others chase trends that fade fast. The next time you feel the urge to splurge, pause and ask, will this grow in value or grow in regret? They use debt as a weapon, not a weakness. What if everything you've been taught about debt was only half the story? Most people fear debt. The rich study it, master it, and leverage it. Here's a curiosity hook. Could the very thing you're avoiding, debt, be the key to scaling your income? The poor use debt to buy liabilities. The rich use it to buy assets, things that pay them back, and then some. They use borrowed money to invest and let the investment pay off the loan. Would you use debt to buy a TV or to buy rental property that pays for 10 TVs? It's not risky when you know the rules. It's strategic. So ask yourself, is debt ruining your life? Or could it be rebuilding your future if used right? If these mindset shifts are making you think differently, already hit the like button. Comment below with the first asset you want to build. And subscribe to Growth Mindset Success. This is where financial transformation begins. They obsess over control, not comfort. Here's a thought. What if true luxury isn't about stuff, it's about sovereignty? The wealthy aren't addicted to comfort. They're addicted to control over their time, their decisions, their life. Most people chase convenience. The rich chase options. They'll delay pleasure now to buy freedom later. So here's a question that might sting. Are your purchases bringing you comfort or keeping you captive? The rich don't downsize their lifestyle out of fear. They do it out of power. Because when you own your time, you own your life. What are you really buying? Peace of mind or temporary relief? Every dollar has a job. Why the rich don't let money sit idle? If your dollars were employees, how many would be on break right now? The wealthy don't let money sit. Every dollar they have is assigned a role. Invest, grow, protect, optimize. No freeloaders. Here's the curiosity hook. Is your savings account protecting you or costing you opportunities? The rich don't save in the traditional sense. They position their money for activation when the time is right. Their money moves with purpose, not fear. Are you keeping cash out of comfort or avoiding decisions out of fear? If your money could talk, would it say, "I'm building something," or "I'm just waiting around"? They think in decades while others think in paychecks. Would you sacrifice now for a result you won't see for 10 years? That's the question the wealthy ask every day. While most people focus on the next paycheck, the rich zoom out. They ask, what habits, investments, or decisions today will make my life easier a decade from now? This mental shift is massive. What if thinking long-term was the most powerful wealth-building tool you had? They plant seeds others ignore. They make moves that look invisible now, but create massive impact later. So here's your cliffhanger. What choices are you making today that your future self will thank you for or regret? They build money machines, not jobs that trap them. Here's the question no one wants to answer. What happens to your income if you stop working tomorrow? The wealthy don't just work for money, they build machines that work without them. Royalties, digital products, real estate, licensing. These are income streams that don't clock out when they do. What if you stopped asking, "How much can I earn per hour?" and started asking, "How can I build something that pays me forever?" You don't need millions to start, but you do need a mindset that says, "I will own my income, not lease it." They study money like a language, not a mystery. Have you ever felt like money is this mysterious force that controls your life, but no one ever taught you how it works? The rich treat money like a language, and they become fluent. They read, they learn, they ask questions. They treat financial education as a lifelong course, not a one-time emergency. Meanwhile, others live in silence, hoping things get better without understanding how. What would change in your life if you studied money like your life depended on it? Spoiler, it does. They detach emotion from money, but not responsibility. Can you manage money without letting it manage you? The wealthy don't ride emotional highs and lows with every dollar. They treat money like data, not drama. But make no mistake, they still take full responsibility. They track, optimize, and adjust constantly. Here's the difference. They don't let money define them. They let it empower them. So here's a question worth asking. Are your money choices coming from a place of panic or a plan? They reinvest in themselves, because that ROI is infinite. If you became twice as valuable, how much more could you earn? The rich reinvest again and again into themselves. Courses, coaching, masterminds, therapy, new skills, because they are their most powerful asset. The poor say, "I can't afford it." The rich say, "What will it return over time?" What if the biggest breakthrough in your financial life came from improving you, not your job? This single mindset shift could change everything. Oututro. Now you know the rich don't just use money differently. They think about it differently. They assign it roles. They stay calm. They act with purpose. They build wealth that lasts, and it all starts in the mind. But here's the good news. You can do this too. The door is open. What mindset shift hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments. If this video got your wheels turning, hit like. And if you're ready to upgrade your mental money game, subscribe to Growth Mindset Success. Until next time, think deeper, act smarter, build stronger. Your future isn't a fantasy, it's a blueprint.